Yeah, this is how we roll. Hey, hey, how are you? Good evening, everyone. I finally am put together, and we're here. Um,
Easily.
Say what?
Good easily.
Oh, okay. Are you trying to do a Vincent Price or a Bela
No, that was a
Lugosi?
Bela Lugosi.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes with Darren, you never know what impression you're going to get. So, um, yeah. Well, it's okay. I've got some cool waters ready for you. Yeah. How are you guys? How's everyone been? Uh, well, we'll put in some more prayer requests for that. Hope everything else is going okay.
Well, we have a sick kitty.
You have another kitty? Oh, you said a sick kitty.
Yeah.
Aw. Well, then we'll definitely have to say some kitty prayers. And hi Josh. Okay, cool. Yes, I'm finally here. Yes, I hope everyone's doing all right. Hello, Ivy. Um, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe 8 o'clock just works better.
I think it does because people are like, "Hey, we missed it. No, we're here. Yeah."
Yeah, something like that. Well, if we have production meetings on Thursday nights that continue to throw things off, then yeah, I'm just gonna have to adjust accordingly. But I'm just looking forward to feedback on. I've got our friend Morgan. He's so good for reactions because he's
He's sheltered.
yeah, well, he has virgin ears and eyes.
And,
Well, anyway, I'm just looking forward to hopefully sometime Sunday evening, getting a horrified text. Oh my God! I just read chapter 14. What the hell is wrong with you? And
language.
I would say what?
Language.
You got him reading your book, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I can. Hell is okay. If I can't say hell, then we can't talk about hell, which is which is a reference to The Simpsons.
I know that.
Yeah, but anyway.
Well, hell, go ahead. Shit.
See there.
See what happens though?
Okay, well, we need to cleanse ourselves with some cool water. Yeah. So, okay. I hope you do well. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we're looking forward to the weekend, definitely.
Everybody worship for the week.
Okay, that was different. Okay. Like I said, with you, Darren, I never know what impressions I'm going to get. So, okay. Well, let's go ahead and.
You never know where he's tuned in.
I never know what. Where what?
Where Darren tuned in.
Yeah.
Where Darren
where you're tuned in.
That's true.
That's a fact. All right. Well, here we go. We got have our cool waters in the vase, and they're about to go on sensitive hands. So these cool waters are upon our hands. They purify us as Tefnut purifies us. Hail unto you, Nichiru. They come unto you without falsehood and without evil. These cool purities upon our hands, purities upon our heart. We've cast out. No, you're good. Cast out all evil that pertains to us. Although a bit of God-given mischief is still present.
You're welcome.
We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure.
Temporarily.
For the duration of the service, we are pure. Although the idea is we go forth from here, with good vibes and purity and goodness and laughter and positive energy, and it carries forward till next Friday. So, that being said, we shall light the Eye of Horus, and okay, I'm standing right from the camera. Hold on. Okay, come in peace, bright Eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light. The Eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain.
Receive the light.
Receive the light. The Eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it.
Receive the light.
Receive the light. Okay, and because this is going to probably drive me bonkers if I don't, I'm going to adjust everything so they're in more of a line. Because I just said, okay, wait. There we go. Now we're centered. Okay. You arise in the Alketis Kopri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Here we are. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra. Hail and praise unto you, O Osir and Aset and Jehuti, you nurturer, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Espet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. And just to explain a little bit the theme for this evening, those of you that keep up with the lunar phases, we're getting close to first quarter. It's not quite here yet, but there was a feast that was called the Sixth Day or Senut feast that was 6 days after the new moon. And that was apparently a time to honor Osiris and Isis and to make offerings for the blessed dead. And bread and goose seem to be, offerings that were, referred to. Goose is a little harder to come by these days, so, and I suppose chicken sandwiches might be, the thing to do. We've got a rotisserie chicken in the kitchen, so, and that's going to be dinner tonight. So I'm going to actually refer to, at least for part of this, there's a Senut rite that I have, a 6-day feast thing in Circle of the Sun. So if I can pull that up. Let's see. And also flowers were offered. And so we've got some flowers from the backyard. So. Hail, Osir! Repeated, renewed, and refreshed is your name of Unnefer. Ra is your power. Unti is what you are called. You are in abundance, greatest of the gods. widespread of sweet savor among all those who are not ignorant of you. Your war cry is fierce, O swiftest of the Aeneid. You who are stronger, more ba, and more effective than the gods of Upper and Lower Egypt and their powers. And that's taken from a spell in the Book of the Dead. So. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Nocheru, these waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Nocheru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense great of purity. Its fragrance is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you. It adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. O Nocheru, we give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Nocheru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. I fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Nocheru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. I present a bouquet of flowers to the Osiris, King Nebuchadnezzar, and to all the blessed dead. May Ra watch over them and be their protection. May they live eternally. May Ra love them, favor them, and protect them from all foes, whether living or dead. And I'll set it right here. Imran Ra, Imran Ra, Imran Ra, Imran Ra, which means in the name of Ra. And since we're going to be honoring the Blessed Dead, let's go ahead and also make sure that they have candle and water and some Snickers bars. Okay, I'll kind of get it over here. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus, and shine for these our blessed dead. And Osiris, receive these cool waters which come from you. All things exist upon these waters which come from your altar, and may you give them to our blessed dead. All right, and I heard somebody say you can just bring the whole bag over here. So I've got a whole bag of Snickers Minis. You guys have to share. Suddenly I'm remembering when we went out to have lunch with Wally 10 years ago, And he was, no, it was at dinner. He was mooching fries off of our plates.
Yeah.
don't sit within arm's reach of him. He will swipe fries off your plate.
Yes, the most delicious food he knows of is yours.
So yeah. So y'all have to share the Snickers bars. Okay. Type that. There we go. Okay. Pure is the Ka of Ra Haraketi within his house. Pure is the Ka of Osir, the Asat, and Jehuti, and Horus the child within their house. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for these Nurturu, in every place that there are mortal Kas dwell. Come to your body, O Rahoraketi. Come to your bodies, O Nurturu. Come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Okay, that's right. Come, O people. Raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Osir, before Aset, Jehuti, and Horpakirid. All life comes from them, all health comes from them, all stability comes from them, all good fortune comes from them as it has since the first time. Okay, well. And I'm also going to put this pen up here for Jehuti, because we have lots of work to do. So we will need our pens. Ora Horaketi and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkapurura. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourself to these, your offerings. Receive them from our hands. And this is where we remember our blessed dead and keep their names in our hearts. For they live as we live. Ore kereta henket kakao abdu senator mahat kut nibet nofret wabet anket nocherim and kawan akupu nibu maakeru nibu hiranachra. Voice offering of bread, beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, all true of voice before the great god. We come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly your need has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law eternally. Isfet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the 8th Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay. We'll get to our prayer requests in just a minute. We'll start off with a prayer to Osiris and then a prayer to Isis. And I'll do them in English this time. Eventually I'm going to make some videos that are going to be Egyptian language. That's on the to-do list, which is a very long list. Praise to you, Osiris, Lord of eternity, King of the gods, of many names, of holy forms, of secret rites and temples. This noble Ka at the fore of Jeddu, great also in Sekhem, Lord of praise in Enjeti, foremost of offerings in Yunu, Lord of memory in Mahti, secret Ba, Lord of the cavern, holy in white walls, Ba of Ra of his very body, at rest in Hennes, excellent of praise in the Nari tree that grew to raise his Ba. Lord of the great shrine in Chemnu, great of terror in Shashotep, Lord of eternity, foremost of Abydos, in his distant place of the sacred land. Name that endures in the mouths of people, primeval one of the two lands, nourisher at the fore of the Aeneid of the gods, potent Ach among the Achs. Nun has given him his waters, the north wind journeys to him. Dusk brings the south wind to his nose to please his heart. Lord of praise in the southern sky, praised one in the northern sky. The imperishable stars are under his rule, for his abode is among the imperishable stars. And a lot of those names in there are different places, so you have all these different shrines in Egypt, and each one, had a different, aspect or different local form of Osiris, and so you knew that's Heliopolis, which is the city that's, the home shrine to Ra. Of course, Abydos is one of Osiris's, foremost shrines. That was where his mysteries were held every year. And so now we honor Isis the Great, Mother of the God, Lady of Philae, God's wife, God's adorer, God's hand, Mother of God, Great Queen, adornment, Lady of ornaments in the shrine, Lady and desire of the green fields, nursling who fills the shrine with her beauty, fragrance of the shrine, mistress of joy, who runs her course in the sacred place, rain-clad that greens the fields when she descends, maiden sweet of love, mistress of upper and lower Egypt, who issues orders among the Aeneid, princess, great of praise, lady of charm, whose face loves the trickle of fresh myrrh. Okay, I had a couple of prayer requests already, because our friend Yamanu has a kitty who's sick, and we definitely want the kitty to get better. What's the kitty's name? Yamanu, which kitty is it? Oh, a calico named Trixie. Okay. Huh?
Her and her dog are a matching set. We have a brindle
Mm-hmm.
dog with a calico cat. They're the same coloration. And they're very close.
Oh. So there's the dog and then the cat. They're best buddies, and the kitty is sick. Well, we definitely hope that the kitty gets better. So please, Fast and Sekhmet, if you could please look over, watch over the kitty, over Trixie.
And the puppy too.
Yeah, we don't want the puppy to be without their friend.
We will also want to continue the support on getting jobs.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Because I know y'all are looking for jobs, and Seth, I know you're looking for a job, and we definitely, can appreciate that. It's kind of a tough market right now, but
and I want to offer thanks to the extension of mine.
yeah. At the same time, and I guess that's the way of things. You have good things and bad things going on all at the same time. Because right now Darren got an extension on his, so he's employed at least through the end of September, right?
Yes.
And our prayer is that other people can get blessings too, so that we won't be the only ones. It'll spread out, and we get more. So, quick prayer to Bastet. Hail and praise unto you, O Bastet, Lady of Love and Lady of Life, daughter of Atum, firstborn of the Lord of all, greatest goddess, Lady of Heaven, mistress of all the gods. Please look after Trixie and help her to get well, and look after her keepers and help them to have a better station. And let me see, because I know I've got some comments over here. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Oh, Josh, are you? I know you're saying you're wearing headphones. Did the system pick up? Was that really loud in the headphones? Because it's funny. I just got a set of new headphones for Darren, and I don't know if you have problems like that. Particular sounds.
Every set of headphones is different.
Okay, approaching a Kemetic dealing with toxic film. Oh wow. Okay. Rich from the Kemetic. Wow, that's really cool. Nekebet, that's the vulture goddess who was kind of the companion to Wajid, and she probably also was a mother goddess at some point, early in Egyptian history, and definitely in the town that she was associated with. Let me see if I've got something for her. She's kind of hard to find information on, but if I happen to have anything. If not, we'll... Huh?
Some folks tend to associate her with Moot because of the vulture.
Yeah, I can see that. It's funny, the Romans identified her with Nekebet with a goddess of like nursing, and I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I think it began with an A. But yeah. Oh, okay. So well, now here we go. I wrote it down here. Aletheia. The Greeks and Romans identified Nekebet with Aletheia. Let's see. She was identified with the white crown. Let me see if I have something specifically related to the white crown, because that might be something that we can use for Nekebet. This will be something we'll be discovering this kind of in real time. Let me step across the camera here because that's where I have my books. Because if I remember right, it would be something. Let's see. I think it would be something from the Middle Kingdom, I believe. It helps to be able to just remember off the top of your head. Oh, okay, let me try this book. Because let's see. Happy. Osiris. Okay, something to the red crown. Okay. Okay, and they're actual hymns that were saved to King Senut the Third. Huh. Okay, well that's bummer. They have there's a prayer to the red crown, which was associated with Wajib, but not one, at least not listed here, to the white crown. So I'd have to look. But since we don't have that off the just off the top of our heads, of course, when I think of
Now that you mention it, there is a lunar keeper at Egypt. His name was
Mhm.
symbol a nipple.
Hmm.
It's supposed to represent a nipple. So that does kind of tie into that idea that you're talking about. With the fur and the white associated with something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I see. What's? Oh, Oh, okay. So I also see there's a request here. From there's someone Mads on the Kemetic Discord. Prayer of healing to Sekhmet for my grandmother, who's dealing with cancer. Oh, and somebody else has got a migraine. Okay. Well, you know what? Definitely, we should send some prayers to Sekhmet, and I'll do some digging for Nekebet. And you know what? For me, doing artwork is something that I really enjoy, and that gives me a chance to kind of spend time with deities. I've got to color in some art that I did for Nephthys, for Nebuchadnezzar. But it sounds to me like Nekebet may be next on the list, and get something of her. Because, she's letting us know that, she is moving and doing, and, that's definitely something to, offer praise for, and kind of be aware. So let's also speak to Sekhmet and ask her for healing, and may hang on, let me make sure. Okay, yeah. So well, Mad's grandmother Joyce. May she be able to beat cancer. May she fight it successfully.
Yes. Sending lots of love and light.
Yes. And actually, let me pull the. So I've got my candle here, and I tell you what, I'll go ahead and light it. So I'm going to light a candle for Sekhmet, and that will be part of our prayer. And on the back, hail Sekhmet the Great, Eye of Ra, who hides him within her iris. There we go. Hail Sekhmet, sovereign, mistress of light who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of darkness, at whose setting the darkness comes. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of fear, whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra, who loves Ma'at, who detests Izfet. Most holy of the gods, one seeks life in you. May you bring continued life and breath, as the Egyptians would say, breath to those who are wretched, breath to those who are suffering, breath of cool air and refreshment and blessings. And so we offer assistance to you. How about you, Boo? Well, thanks for being able to stay on. And I'm hoping that pretty soon I can contribute a little bit of money to finish off what we need in order to finally get incorporated. And then it's just a matter of finishing up the paperwork and figuring out who's going to have what official function. Because the laws in our state are kind of weird. You have to have, I think, 3 people on a board. But the person who's going to be like the executive director cannot be on the board, because there's ethics, laws
Right.
with that. So I basically have to figure out who are going to be my volunteers and who is willing to, be of help, with this. Because I don't think if you dug, we might be able to put together 3 Kemetics in the state of Louisiana. Maybe. But if we at least have some friendly folks like you, Darren, you're going to be on there somewhere, But we'll get this, huh?
Some areas have
Yeah, yeah. There's some places, well, lots of places where it's hard to put.
I I disagree. I think the closer we get to this, those people are going to present themselves. The gods will put them in our lap. They will be undeniable. They will be focused, and they will be ready.
Well, that's a good thought to keep in mind. No, so let me just get the rest of the paperwork written because I've got it. It is in. I'm trying not to bump anything, but this binder right here, I've got, like all the paperwork and the bylaws and all that stuff. It's right here. I've just got to, finish revising some things, and then kind of run it past some folks, see if I need any, input. Like just some of the detail stuff. But we'll get to that. But the main thing is I'm hoping to put the rest of our kitty together so that we've got enough that we can get the legal filing done. So, hope with me on that. Okay, and I got somebody else from the Discord group. Miss Kara, wishes some prayer for the people that are lonely due to the lockdown. Okay. And and Ivy, I see you're having trouble with family. Let me tell you, I can totally understand that because my parents, my father doesn't even speak to me. My two brothers and I have a pretty good relationship, but it gets complicated because they're on good speaking terms with both of our parents, but I'm not, so it gets real awkward with that. So I can totally understand having issues with toxic family, and especially because they don't think they did anything wrong, and sometimes you try and confront them, and it really doesn't do any good, so you just have to make your own way and find your own peace. And if you need somebody to talk to, I'm sure you're not alone, besides me,
Everyone, I want you to realize something. Whether it be online, live streaming, or in front of somebody, this church is a refuge. This church is a family. We are not lonely. We are not alone. We are here.
Yeah. Just think about it, wherever you are in the United States or beyond, and I know that there are people that are in Eastern Europe, and right now it's like way early in the morning, but they'll be catching us later, and so just think all of us together are here with the common devotion to the gods and sense of kindred spirit,
and we all have our joys and our pain, and they may have different names, and our concerns may be the different. But the fact is that the human experience is unwavering. This is the point where we don't focus on what makes us different. Our differences are not what make us special. It's the fact that we dare to find the common bonds in our life that make us special.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's see. Don't speak to my parents either. Yeah. Yeah. I have a. It's really hard. So, CPTSD. Are you familiar with that?
Um.
Because I know PTSD, but the C.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
The C in the front means.
I'd like her to clarify what the C means.
Okay, but Ivy, if you can mention what the C in front of that is referring to, if you don't mind, if it's something that you don't really want to get into, that's
unless
okay.
The C is for chronic.
Yeah.
Please clarify.
Yeah, but so a lot of us here have things where we don't we are on speaking terms with parents or with other folks, and with your mom's sister, I can understand that because It's funny. My mom's baby sister, my Aunt Pam, one she's going by a different name now, but either way, she it's funny when I was younger, she understood me on a level that my mom didn't. But then as we got older, as she had kids, and then things went on, she got to where she didn't really, we didn't have that connection anymore, and she ended up being more like my mom, and we ended up not speaking either. And I regret that, but at the same time, she kind of took an attitude where she didn't want to, hear me out. And that's always the tough thing, is when parents aren't willing to hear you out. They think that they, because they're your parent, they know better. We're all human and we all make mistakes, even as parents sometimes. And acknowledging that, I think for some people is very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all know parents are made perfect. No human being is perfect until they become a parent. We know this.
Yeah, I know. So, and
By the way, note the sarcasm.
Yes, note the prolonged abuse situations and yourself. Oh, wait a minute, Ivy, you have CP. So does Darren.
Yep, sure do.
Yeah. So, complex. The C is for complex.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, complex PTSD.
Okay.
Just never heard of it referred to as CPSD.
CPTSD. Okay. But
because I'm like, I have CPTSD too.
No, but
it's
but
intense.
Yeah.
And then it's not.
I tell you what, guys, I'm tempted to see if I can turn the camera just for a minute and then bring it back.
Drum roll.
Okay, yeah. So bear with me. So there's going to be a little bit of the camera's going to blur a little bit, but I just wanted to let you guys be able to say hi to Darren for a minute.
It's going to be an action blur.
Yeah. Well, first you're going to see me, and now let's see. Okay, you got the computer screen, and say hi, Darren.
Hi, Darren. Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, so there we go. Now let me see if I can bring it back, and we'll center everything back up, and there we go.
Did you know that the camera adds 223 pounds?
Haha, something like that. But yeah, there we go. But just wanted you guys to be able to say hi and put a face with all the commentary off camera, and
I was gonna be the Mr. Wilson of this church, but that's blown.
What?
Wilson from Home Improvement.
Oh, was that his name?
I think so. The guy you only saw.
Yeah, you only saw him peeking over the fence. Yeah. If anybody ever, can I say how long is that show now?
30.
Something like that. But yeah. Okay, but anyway, this is great because we're tuning in, we're connecting and finding out more about each other, and I hate the fact that you can't message people on YouTube anymore, because that would be a great way for us to catch up afterwards. But we'll just have to figure this out, because I thought that might have thrown things off. Yeah. Not leaning in there. How are you guys doing? Because I've got my folks over here on the camera.
We're fine.
Yeah. It's just y'all were really quiet. I didn't want y'all to, feel like you were not part of anything. But well, guys, let's open another fortune cookie and let's see if we've got any important messages from anyone.
Sure.
This evening. Because we had such a great time with it last week. And I found, as we've done this, that sometimes you don't have to have a specific question in mind. It's like, hey, open this. We've got something to tell you.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
Okay. Yeah, so we go from the series Home Improvement to Highlander. Okay. Well, let us see.
Actually, it's Def Leppard, but okay.
Oh but he was quoting that. Yeah, Kurgan was quoting. It's better to burn out than fade away.
Yes, he was quoting Pyromania.
Okay. All right. Oh well, I guess this is good advice for everyone. It says, if you develop the habits of success, you will make success a habit. So, I think that some of that's probably intended for me, but I'm sure some other folks will, find some relevance in that.
That is rather like dress for the job you want.
And on Batman.
Yeah, it's funny. Our friend Nick has he picked up a T-shirt at the convention we took him to that says "Dress for the job you want," and it has someone dressed up as Batman. So, yeah, that can be interpreted or be applied in very weird ways. Yeah. Okay. Here's our product placement.
Don't do that.
Sponsored by
Don't do that.
Well, it's not on the other camera. It's on camera 2. Put it that way. But okay. Spoke briefly about game art. Oh, okay. Let's see. Probably any privies. I spoke briefly about game art. Okay, yes, from Houston. Oh, okay. So Ivy is from Houston. You know what? We have another friend and Celery. Oh wait, doing praxis. Wait, as in taking the praxis exam, or because Celery just came in. She was late because she was doing praxis. Versus when I hear that, I think there's a test that you take to get certified to teach.
Right, the praxis.
But either way, but we're glad you're here. We were just finding things out about each other, and yeah. But if Ivy, if you're in Houston, I definitely hope that you will be okay, and just be careful because cases are going up with COVID, and I've got another friend down there. That her Kemetic name is Sayinapu, and she, I wouldn't want her to get sick either.
Everyone, one of the things I want to say, most of us listening to this broadcast are spiritually strong, but physically vulnerable.
Yeah.
For the sake of Ma'at, stay home, stay away from people, keep your internet connection paid for.
Yeah.
And talk to people online, talk to people by phone, talk to people by video, by smoke signal. Just don't go anywhere because all these people that had to get out are the people that have to kill you all.
Well,
themselves included. And
yeah. Well, they're the ones that a lot of them are getting sick now. But now I will say this, in keeping consistent with our message, yeah, we do have a couple of friends that will come and visit, but one of them lives by himself and he hasn't seen anybody. He's like, please, can I come and visit with you guys? So it's like, okay, you're coming from an isolated household and ours has been isolated. So if you, and same thing with our friend Morgan, he doesn't get out, and so he hasn't been like going to clubs or something, getting throwing social distancing to the wind and then coming over. No, we've so if you get together with people, make sure that you're using precautions and that you have an idea of who's been where. Because
we do our contact tracing before anybody shows up.
Yeah, pretty much. And we were told, okay, look, like
your brothers haven't been beyond the front door since March.
Yeah, actually, my brother Roger hasn't been over since before March.
That's true.
And I miss him and I miss his puppy, but he knows and he's okay with it because where he works, he's in contact with other people. So Yeah, it's tough right now because of the fact that so many of us are having to keep most of our contact online. But I have to say I'm grateful for doing this because I'm getting to talk to you now, and we're all in real time, and I'm finding out oh hey I got somebody who's in Houston, I got somebody else who's in art school, and
Right.
got some folks that are on hearing from folks on Discord. I never even heard of that before this, so it's bringing the world that much closer together, which is great. So, okay, Austin, concept art mentorship. Oh, okay. And if those seconds yelling people to put on a fucking yeah. Okay, and so you were as an illustrator from home. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to get together and talk because
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to do some of that too. But no, it's great. This is very cool, and I'm thinking if we ever have some kind of Kemetic get together back when whenever it's safe to do this again, we may have to do something in Texas because there'll be more. There's also more Sumerian pagans in Texas as well.
Right. We will get together, and there will be much laughing, food and drinks. Hopefully, no arrests because we're too broke for bail.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, this won't be like one of those cons we hear horror stories about. But
Yeah.
no, that'll be in a couple of years, probably. The way things are going. But any more requests, guys? Sarah, you got any more? Huh? Okay. Well, definitely. I ask that you find something cool to do that's online, and then you can just chill out and make money, and it'll all be good. So.
Who keeps saying pole dancing?
What?
There's somebody who said pole dancing.
I don't know. Well, whoever you're picking up on, they've got a pretty twisted sense of humor.
Yes, they do.
And of course, in this room you have an altar full of deities, and then a shelf full of Yushabti that have been known to comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Oh, and by the way, I set up everything on this corner over here, so on the other side of this, I tried to get rid of all the excess stuff, and so my usual photo bomber is not there because Darren's like, well, let's move Megatron's cell. If y'all like having him there, just let me know. But I put up all this backdrop and everything. He said, well, Darren said, just take the cell out for now.
Yes, if any of you miss the leader of the Decepticons and feel that he must be present, let us know in the comments.
Well, we can always read a Yushabti spell for him. And then he has to be...
No, he will never stop bitching. No.
I don't know, it might be kind of funny. Because then he has to listen to Osiris.
Yeah. I recently told Shannon about the frankincense bowl that you have, Megatron.
Oh, yeah. What did she say? Well, I told Darren if I ever have the privilege of getting to meet, the voice of Optimus. Well, I've met the voice of Optimus Prime and the voice of Megatron before, but if I ever get to meet them somewhere and I happen to be by my car, yes, I'm going to pull that joke on them with my balls of frankincense. Because there are some opportunities, if you get them, you don't pass them up. But yeah. But talking about the idea of having a con, they were like, yeah, it's not a party till the cops kick.
Right. Just remember, it's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye.
Yeah, just ask Horace.
Yeah. So whatever we do, don't whore us around.
Well, I suspect that the Horus would be more restrained at a party than Set would be.
You think?
Yeah, but I think thinking back to reaction videos. By the way, I hope y'all enjoyed the second half of the reaction video. I put that together and had great fun with that. I've got another Kemetic bite and some other stuff planned. Hopefully, first part of July we can get some of that together. But in the meantime, huh?
I get the feeling that, yeah, the Horus would be kind of in control of himself when he's at a party,
Mm-hmm.
but he seems to be very prone to being enraged. Even off on his mother, and
Mm.
so might be able to be goaded.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like he's fine. Just don't don't make him mad. Don't call him chicken.
Yes.
Yes, never call Horus chicken.
I'm a falcon, not a chicken.
Yeah.
You got it?
Okay, well.
There's the goose.
Yeah. Well, okay. Church of the Church of the Bad Puns. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We today look at puns as bad things, but to the Egyptians, puns meant there's something else, going on. So technically, if you were speaking in Egyptian, when we raise the bread, as an offering, take it and be at peace. Where it's a pun because the word can mean either thing.
Right.
So
depending on spelling.
well, actually, with Hotep, it can mean, it's not even a different spelling. It can mean both. Now there's another one. Even in the creation myths, and when we get to New Year's, we'll probably do that because when you have Atum saying, I sneezed out Shu. Their word for sneeze was a shush, and which kind of sounds like what you do when you sneeze, but also you think you shush and then Shu, a Shu, that's a deliberate pun.
Yeah.
But yeah, but they, whereas some people today might grow and be like, funny. For them it meant, oh well, there's a deeper connection because the words sound the same. So yes, we'll definitely be exploring that a little bit when we get to the New Year's stuff. But until then, prayers for well-being and health for everyone. May we all have good things to come to us in the coming week. I'm grateful that we were all able to come together and look forward to doing it again. If it's at 8:00 or 8:15, then that might, if that's better for everyone, just say so, because that's kind of how it ended up happening this time. But if it's better that way, then we'll just make that a habit. Yeah.
Well, it seems like a slightly later start than it will for the last couple times.
Yeah. So maybe that's that habit of success. We'll it'll successfully start at 8:00 instead of 7:30. But in the meantime, hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shenit in Unu, endures. So the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu, endures. So the name of Aset and Nigeru endures. So the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. So the name of Wajit in Dep endures. And I think since we mentioned Wajit, let's also add as the name of Nechebet in Necheb endures. So the name of Jehuti in Kemenu endures. And as the name of Ra in the Aket endures, likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Necheru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Necheru, to every place your mortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Menjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay, guys. Thanks again. This was great. And I'm glad we're getting to know each other, and but I probably better start it early. Two people I know are at work or in bed. Okay. And if I didn't have so many other things that I also have that I'm trying to do during the week, I would say, well, I'll do one, like at one, like a 7:30 on one night, and then do another one at another time, on a different day. And maybe one of these days we'll get to a point where we can do that. But for right now, it's, I got to carve out the time to do this just on Fridays, and so eventually we'll get to where we can do it and catch more people at different hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the meantime, big hugs, you guys. Yeah. I'm love you too, guys. I'm glad that I'm able to, host this and we get together and it means a lot to me just to be with you guys. And big hugs, y'all hang in there, and I'll see you again next week.
We love you guys.
Yeah, I can strip my. Okay.